Jakarta EE 11 is out. With this, several new capabilities to increase the developer experience. In this video, I explain to you all of those. Hello you! Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Otavio Santana, and the channel is for you who want to become an ultimate software engineer, an engineer who is capable to use and explore the capabilities of open source inside your career. So, if you want to become a better software engineer, join and subscribe. Before I explain more about Jakarta EE 11, let's do one step back. Why should I care about Jakarta? So, if you are a Java developer, you need to understand that Jakarta stands for the Java Enterprise. This way, it doesn't matter if you are using Spring, Quarkus, Hello, or any Java framework. You are using Jakarta right now. For example, if you are using Spring JPA, JPA stands for Jakarta Persistence API. If you are using just Tomcat, you are using Jakarta Servlet. If you are using Quarkus, you are using Jakarta CDI. So if you are using Java in enterprise way, you are using Jakarta. So Jakarta is the specification, and that stands for the Java Enterprise that you are using right now on production. Just to explain, the Jakarta ecosystem contains a specification. So you can think specification as components or new features or capabilities inside Jakarta. Inside that, we have profiles, that is the collections of those specifications. In Jakarta ecosystem, we have three different platforms. So the core, the lighter one, the web profile, the middle level, and the full profile that contains the whole Jakarta specifications in a single place. When we talk about Jakarta EE 11, as you can see right now, we have new capabilities, new updates in the API. Furthermore, a new one, that is Jakarta Data. One change inside Jakarta is the minimum requirement of the JVM. From now on, in Jakarta 11, the minimum requirement is Java 17 with support to Java 21. This way you can use more and more the record styles and virtual threads inside your code. For example, when you go to bin validation, right now we are capable to use bin validation inside records. So you can make sure that your record is valid when you create that. Furthermore, you can use record inside the JPA, Jakarta Persistence API. So you can use embeddable classes with records or embeddable ID with records. So right now you have a huge capabilities using records inside Jakarta. When you talk about performance, naturally you might think around the virtual threads. Yes, right now you can use virtual threads with Jakarta Concurrency using a single new attribute. So you can set true as virtual thread. This way, automatically, this Java Concurrency will use the Java virtual threads instead of the platform ones. Finally, as a new API, we have the Jakarta Data. The main goal of Jakarta Data is to simplify the communication between the Java application and the persistence layer. So if you are using relational database, NoSQL database, you can simplify that using Jakarta Data, where we have several data patterns inside the specification. In the version number 1.0, you can see the use of repository. So with a single repository, you can simplify your whole life. Yes, you don't need to memorize or doing specific queries inside your code. From now on, you can use this standard repository to retrieve information using method by query or using the find annotations. And finally, the Jakarta Data Query language, where you can use those three ways it doesn't matter if you're gonna use SQL or NoSQL database. It will simplify your life a lot. So you can use the built-in repository interface where you have your interface that will extend the capabilities in the interface inside Jakarta Data. For example, the basic repository or the crude repository. And doing that, you're gonna have several methods and capabilities that you don't need to care. The implementation or the Jakarta Data provider will provide to you the implementation of those interfaces. Furthermore, you can create your custom repository. This way, you can define method by method, and using annotations, you can use properly a ubiquitous language inside your code. So, for example, imagine that you have a garage repository and you can use the safe annotations with park. This way, every time that you use the park method, that means this method will save information inside the database. Now, let's talk about the future of Jakarta in Jakarta EE 12. So, we're gonna have way more capabilities in Jakarta EE 12. Yes, we have the release plans where you can see several new updates and new specifications coming. For me, Jakarta 12 will be the good first step to the data age, where we're gonna see the inclusion of Jakarta NoSQL. This way, the platform gonna be a persistence polyglot finally, so the Jakarta will be able to speak relational database and NoSQL database finally. We're gonna have new capabilities inside Jakarta Data, for example, the capability of doing dynamic queries with interface, so you can define dynamically several queries. Imagine, for example, that you are doing a REST resource where you can put some filters and you can include these filters dynamically using code. We're gonna have also, for me, the biggest highlight in Jakarta EE 12, that is the Jakarta Query, a Java query language that will be able to communicate through at least 3 specifications. So a single language to communicate with Jakarta Persistence, Jakarta NoSQL, and Jakarta Data. So this way, with a single select something from my class, I can retrieve information from my Java classes, but on the hood, it's gonna be a database source. So it doesn't matter if it's gonna be a relational database or NoSQL database. The main goal is to simplify your life a lot using Jakarta Query. And that is it for today, so hopefully you enjoy. So I'm super happy to release Jakarta 11. Furthermore, happier to start working in Jakarta EE 12. So please let me know what is the most exciting feature in Jakarta EE 11. And naturally, give a like, put your thoughts, and see you soon.